How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Turndownforwalt here, and welcome to the JV5, the home for Melee's craziest and most exciting moments of your favorite events. Coming in at over 700 entrants, Super Smash Con 2022 has officially usurped GOML for being the second biggest Melee tournament of the year. It was also the first major tournament after the release of the new MPGR Summer Rankings, meaning a lot of top players were heading into the event with both a shiny new number next to their names and a whole lot of drive to make that number even smaller by the end of the year. Find out which players lived up to their newly acquired ranking, as well as those that defied all expectations to earn the attention of the world in this edition of the JV5.
Game 1, Bobby Big Balls versus none in a stock trade to get things going on.
Single hit is all Scurzo needs, maybe it's a grab, that's the roll in. 2 needs, gets reversed, not quite, there's the third one, that can be it.
With the return of offline Melee over the past year, Peach has seen a sudden and rapid surge in notable placements at major tournaments, as well as several new top players breaking through into the national spotlight, such as Polish, who placed third at last year's Smash World Tour Championships, B-Bats, who's seen solid major placements so far in 2022, and Lod, who was just recently ranked number 8 on the MPGR Summer 2022 rankings, becoming the first Peach main to be ranked within the top 10 players in the world since Armada. And after Super Smash Con 2022, there is now one more name we can add to that list, the prodigal New Jersey Peach main, Wally. Currently residing in the 5th spot on the New Jersey Melee Power Rankings, Wally has been steadily making a name for himself on the national scene throughout 2022 by placing solidly at majors like 17th at Pound and 33rd at GOML. He'd also rack up wins over some of Tri-State's finest, like 404 Cray, Mop Money, B-Bats, The Swooper, and J-Flex, in addition to top out-of-state names like Nakama Man, Preeminent, Blue, Calvar, and Pipsqueak. It goes without saying that Wally is clearly one of the fastest rising young stars on the East Coast. However, unlike his Tri-State contemporaries, he was still lacking that one stellar breakout tournament run to truly put himself on the map. That was, however, until his career-defining run at Super Smash Con, where he managed to take home a superb 9th place finish. Kicking off his run in Virginia, Wally speedran his way through every opponent he faced in both waves of pools, not dropping a single game before having to face the iconic Red Marth main himself, Zane, in a winner's top 64 qualifiers match. Going up against the recently ascended best player in the world, Wally had a tremendous challenge put in front of him. In the past 3 years, Zane has only ever dropped 2 sets to Peach players, with those 2 players being fellow MDVA legend Lod and the current best player in Spain, Triff. If Wally would have fallen to Zane here, it would have been viewed as a completely respectable loss. Even though some put some question marks on the first half of the year for a player of this caliber, Zane is still regarded as one of the absolute best players in the world, making him a very real threat to anyone he comes across in bracket. Which is why it came as a complete and utter shock when Wally not only bested the number 1 ranked player on the planet, but he did so with a reality-defining 2-0 finish. Wally would continue on his run by taking down Brad and Scurzo with a pair of dominant 3-0s, nearly reaching top 8 before finally being stopped by Floridian Chic main Crudo in their top 8 winners qualifier set 3-0. Although his incredible winners bracket run saw him win 6 sets in a row while taking names over some of the game's best, Wally couldn't find that same good fortune in the losers bracket, as he would be eliminated from the tournament by Axe 3-0.
The Thunder. I love that move.
That was insane. Just get right to the platform, knows where Wally wants to be, and finishes the job. Axe feeling it.
Chicagoland Melee star player Scurzo has had quite the busy summer. Before Super Smash Con 2022, he had attended a total of 4 different major tournaments around the world dating back to June of this year. And he didn't dip below 17th at any of them, which included a 7th place finish at FET 2, making it the first time Scurzo made top 8 at a major tournament. He also accumulated set wins over players like the Swooper, Azel, Ginger, and Professor Pro. In addition to this, as well as all of the success he'd achieved prior to the Summer of Melee, Scurzo was also recently bestowed the 33rd spot on the MPGR Summer Rankings. After making his first major top 8 at FET back in the UK just a little over 2 weeks prior to this run, Scurzo was determined to prove that he could make top 8 at a major anywhere in the world, whether it be on home soil or in a different country. Beginning that run, Scurzo would decimate his way through pools, making it into winnerside top 64 while only giving up 1 game to MDVA hidden boss Bones. In top 64, Scurzo would first cross controllers with top Canadian Fox player Zuppy. This wouldn't be the first time that the 2 rising Fox mains would face off against each other this year though, as they had met up once before back in early May at the Function 2, where Scurzo won 3-1. Their set here at Super Smash Con went the full 5 games, with Scurzo coming out on top 3-2. In his next set, Scurzo would be pitted against the surging Wally, who would end up casting him out of winners after a one-sided 3-0 loss. Not wanting to give up on making top 8 for the first time at a major US tournament, Scurzo would muster up all of his determination to embark on a 3-set win streak that would seriously put him through the gauntlet of top Sheik players, beating Ben, Spark, and Essie to, at last, cement his place in top 8 at an American major. Opening up top 8 for the world to watch, Scurzo had to play Zane, who had been sent to losers very early by Wally. But he wasn't deterred, as I stood right next to him as he sent a message to Zane asking him if he was ready to lose, which Zane didn't seem fazed by whatsoever. The mind game attempts did little to help him though, as Zane would slice him from the bracket 3-1, ending his run at Super Smash Con 2022 at 7th place.
Scurzo's little toes, he hit the Achilles tendon. Do foxes have Achilles tendons?
Maybe, but Zane with the DI mix-up. Scurzo, no jump. And that is a clean 3-1 from Zane.
In comparison to all of the other players who made top 8 at Super Smash Con 2022, who had each attended a minimum of 3 offline tournaments prior, Rishi had only attended 1 in person, which was all the way back in April at a nightclub event in New York, where he placed 2nd, losing only to Slox in both sets of the tournament's grand finals. He had also sparsely participated in any online tournaments as well, entering only 3 from March to April. Needless to say, no one could have expected that, at a tournament packed to the brim with recently MPGR-ranked players, Rishi would undertake one of the greatest tournament runs of his life, placing in the top 8 at Super Smash Con. This would be the second time he's placed within top 8 at a major, as well as the second time he's placed top 8 at a Super Smash Con tournament, with the last being at Super Smash Con 2018 over 4 years ago. Despite rarely attending any in-person tournaments this year, Rishi didn't seem to show any kind of rust or loss in skill, as he cleanly swept his way through Winners Bracket en route to carving out a spot for himself in Winners Top 64. For his first match of Top 64, Rishi would draw the newly ranked 20th best player in the world, Scurzo. And as fantastic as he looked during his journey through Winners, Rishi would end up coming up short in his bid against Scurzo, losing the set 3-1 and plummeting to the losers bracket. From there, Rishi would end up surmounting one of the most impressive losers runs of the tournament by going on a 5-set win streak that would see him eliminate world-class players like Mott Money, Vu, Magi, Zuppy, and Crike, while earning himself a spot in losers top 8 on Sunday. In top 8, Rishi would be matched up with the greatest Pikachu player in the world, Axe. Against one of the greatest players that the game has ever seen, Rishi would utilize a combination of both his tried-and-true Marth and his solid secondary Donkey Kong in an effort to topple Axe. Alas, neither the heroic Prince nor the leader of the bunch would help Rishi in the end, as Axe would defeat him 3-0, knocking Rishi out of the competition at 7th place.
The stall?
The side B stall right now.
No way!
Stop from the ledge!
But that's gonna be
it, yeah.
Rishi putting on a show for us. Impressive run, finishing at 7th.
The first half of 2022 has proven to be quite a mixed bag for the current best player in the world, Zane. While he's had some monumental highs for this year, like placing first at both Genesis 8 and Pound 2022, he's also failed to win a major title since April, and has taken a few very uncharacteristic losses to players who weren't even nationally ranked at the time, coming in the form of both the rising stars Jmook and Slug. Out of all the players that attended Super Smash Con 2022, Zane perhaps had the most pressure put upon him. With his Fox rival and top 10 contemporary IBDW already having laid claim to 3 major victories so far this year to Zane's 2, Zane's argument of being called the best on planet Earth was beginning to lose some of its luster. If he wanted to prove that he was more than worthy of being called the greatest player in Melee, Zane was going to have to make a statement in his home region by not only taking first place, but he was going to have to do so in a dominant fashion. And during the early phases of the tournament, Zane looked like he was well on his way to doing so, stomping his way through winners' pools before meeting up against one of the best Peach players from the Tri-State region, Wally. In what would end up becoming one of the biggest upsets of the year, Wally would hand Zane a devastating 2-0 loss, sending him veering into the losers bracket. Being the best player in the world and then being taken out as early as Phase 2 pools by a player who isn't even ranked on the MPGR was not a fabulous start to Zane's reign at the top of the rankings. However, even after suffering this colossal setback, Zane was about to show that he still possessed the same unyielding determination and will that turned him into a titan of the game. After posting a seemingly foreshadowing tweet after his loss to Wally, which bluntly and confidently stated, "I'm going to win this fucking tournament," Zane would commence arguably the greatest losers run of his life by mercilessly tearing through losers bracket, winning 7 sets in a row over players like Nun, B-Bats, Mateo, and Ginger to reach top 8. His long losers bracket run would only grow longer in top 8 when he bested both Scurzo and Scurzo 3-1. Waiting for him in his next match, though, was none other than his Jigglypuff nemesis, Hungrybox. Ever since Genesis 7 back in 2019, Zane has built up quite the commanding unbeaten streak against Hungrybox. Counting offline and online sets, Zane has gone unbeaten against Hungrybox in their past 12 meetings. Sadly though, for Zane, that absurdly long streak would come to an end after Hungrybox managed to take their highly contested back-and-forth set 3-2, eliminating the MPGR Rank 1 from Super Smash Con 2022 at 4th place.
Can Zane continue this historic losers run?
Big back air.
Oh my goodness.
Could be enough to do it.
Oh, and he does the air dodge to death, and H-Box ends the six-set streak that Zane did. Oh my goodness, what a well-deserved pop-up.
After an excellent return to in-person competition in 2021, which saw him win Smash Summit 11 as well as being ranked first on the MPGR North American Contenders list, all signs were pointing to Mango officially reclaiming his #1 ranking in 2022. However, that woefully wouldn't turn out to be the case, as Mango, before competing at Super Smash Con, had yet to win a single major in the year, seemingly in a slump. He had placed outside of top 8 at a few tournaments, such as 13th at Pound 2022 and 9th place at both Genesis 8 and Smash Summit 13. He was also recently ranked for the first time in his career outside of the top 10 players in the world, controversially being placed at the number 11 spot. Heading into Super Smash Con 2022, all eyes were fixated on Mango. Would he finally end his major slump that had plagued him for the entirety of 2022 and win his 3rd Super Smash Con title, or would the competition and expectations prove to be too fierce for the 2-time EVO winner? Even though the first 8 months of the year of in-person tournaments had been less than stellar for Mango, he showed up to Super Smash Con looking like an almost completely different player, as he would storm through winner's bracket on an unstoppable warpath, making top 8 without breaking a sweat while collecting set wins over players like Lunar Dusk, Axe, and Essie. In Winners Finals, Mango would take on the consensus best Peach player in the world, Lod, in a rematch from their set at Pound 2022, where Lod won 3-1. The set would boil down to an entertaining nail-biter of a 5-game set, a 5-game set that Mango would end up prevailing in the end, earning a well-deserved place in Grand Finals. In the potential last set of the tournament, Mango would come across a familiar adversary in the man he vanquished all the way back in Winners Semis, Hungrybox. This would mark the first time that both these players had met in a Grand Final set since Pound 2019. Their Grand Final set here at Super Smash Con would turn out to be just as close, if not closer than their Winner Semi set. However, after all was said and shined, it was Mango who took the climactic final Game 5 to win not only his first major of the year, but also his 3rd Super Smash Con title, becoming the most winningest player in the Super Smash Con tournament series. Super Smash Con 2022 had everything you could ask for in a major. Tremendous upsets, an exciting top 8, and above all else, Mango earning another first place trophy. The majority of 2022 had been a rough one for the GOAT. However, with his bewildering win in Virginia, Mango has put himself yet again at the forefront of Melee, reminding us all once again that it doesn't matter what kind of slump he's in, so long as he has a single stock left to give, we must all remember the holy phrase, "Thou shalt not sleep on the kid."
Oh,
Okay, big opportunity. He can't rest.
that's a right.
There's enough to do it.
Mango wins Smash Con 2022. Oh my God, from winner's side.
They said it was a slump. They said Mango had fallen down, but they forgot the first commandment. Thou shalt not sleep on the kid.
Oh my goodness.
I'm turndownforwalt, and this has been the JV5. Were there any Super Smash Con 2022 moments I forgot to mention? Or are there any topics you'd like for me to talk about in one of the next episodes? Let me know in the comments below, or hit me up on Twitter at turndownforwalt. Big thank you as always to patrons of the channel who help make content like this possible, especially Avishua Stein, Dorian, Shadowball64, and Storm. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, thanks again for watching, and see you next time.